This is Dan Baer with California Survival School and survivallife.com. Stick around, we're going to teach you how to tackle survival priorities from a primitive perspective. One thing I want to do in a survival situation is be lazy but effective. So I want to conserve calories, I want to conserve my water, and that means that I'm going to get this done in the most efficient way possible. So as far as that goes, I'm going to start right where I'm standing, and I'm going to make sure that before I move on to a new area to collect resources, I'm going to start in an area that already has a lot. And then I'm going to not run around taking little handfuls of stuff. You know, if I make 300 trips to an area to build my shelter with this much grass, it's gonna take all day. I want to start in my area, and I want to be carrying back armloads of material. Short, efficient trips. If I don't have a lot of resources right in my immediate area, I'm going to take a bit of a walk around and assess my area. There might be something just over the hill where there's a lot more resources. So if I'm making trips with the insulation, I'm making trips like this to be effective. So this is a good start, and we'll get the rest of it going. So when it comes to making a bed effective, I want to make sure that when I get on that and it compresses, I still have 6 inches of ground clearance. One, this keeps me out of contact with the ground. I'm not going to be having the heat sucked out of me by the cold ground and the temperature differential. And two, if things get a little bit wet, my floor isn't waterproof, so if I have some ground clearance, that's going to keep me dry. So people don't usually sleep like a mummy. I'm not, sleeping like this. I want to make sure that my bed is comfortable, so I'm going to make sure that when I build my bed first, I'm making sure also that I can sleep in a natural position as possible while still keeping the insulation around me. When it comes to shelters, the biggest thing is to make sure that it's effectively insulating you. So if I finish a shelter and I find out it's not effectively insulating, some part of it's not working, if I had to start all over again, that's what I have to do. Most of the time that's not the case, but you really need to make sure that it's effectively insulating you. So I've got a good bed here, it's all set up. Now what am I going to do to cover my body to keep my heat in and trap it while I'm sleeping so I'm not wasting energy? We're going to have to build the rest of the shelter. Now we've got an effective bed here. It's got some good ground clearance. It's keeping me warm from the bottom, and it's shaped to my body so that I know that when I build the rest of my shelter around it, it's going to be a good place for me to sleep. So that said, the next thing to do is tackle the rest of the structure that I need to keep insulation effectively packed around me. So I'm going to go out and get some good materials for that.